Today on The Debaters, we have invited our talkmates to lend their voices to an ongoing global discussion on management issues. Thus, the issue today is: women are better managers than men. Argue for or against. Today's formation is Temilolua arguing in support of women managers, and your opponent is Precious going against.
Panel of judges, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today an impartial woman, strong enough to put aside her prejudice and sentiments to tell you that men make better managers than women. A radical study by two prominent sociologists of the University of Toronto, Scott, a man, and Caroline, a woman, revealed that people work better under male managers. When the sociologists looked at physical and mental distress among a large number of employees in different jobs, they discovered that people were at their best when they worked with male managers, reporting fewer headaches, anxiety, and difficulties in concentrating than they did when they worked with female managers. My opponent made reference to Margaret Thatcher and Dora Akunyili. May I bring to our notice that he only told us about 2 good female managers, and 2 is not a representative value of billions of women we have in the world. Therefore, we cannot base our judgment on just 2 female managers. Today's business scene and labor market need superior administrative skills, particularly of managing people, and this we find in the men, because men are very analytical as against women who approach the workplace with emotion. Even in what has now become our national sport, football, the men have proven themselves to be better managers. I just discovered that the 4 best football managers in the world, Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, Rafael Benitez, and Arsene Wenger, are males. I also discovered this morning from my opponent that even the female soccer teams are managed by men. Never in the history of the Super Falcons, Nigeria's female football team, has a woman been the manager. No matter the angle from which we look at it, it is crystal clear that men make better managers than women. Thank you.
So it's time for cross-examination. Judges?
I don't see any strong points. To me, it seems that you're hiding behind cliches. And I'm glad at the way that you handled that. You're managing your emotions very well. One of the cliches is that men are analytical and women are emotional, and therefore men make better managers. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you exemplified your statement, your argument, by saying that there are more male football managers, and therefore that goes to show that females are actually not very good in this game. But is the game even a female game traditionally? So those are the 2 aspects I'd like you to address, please.
Thank you very much. For the question you asked is very, very important, especially because we are talking about gender issues here. As regards the first question, which deals with men having analytical skills as against women being emotional, I would like to say that women have a higher emotional quotient, which is seen as our core strength, but unfortunately it is considered a flaw in the workplace, and that is why my opponent's example of Margaret Thatcher was not appropriate, because like you rightly said, she left state affairs, important serious state affairs, to attend to her cousin in the desert. A man would have analyzed and looked at the utilitarian value, the bigger picture, and not be swayed by his emotions. So if you look at it, if you look at the balance, we would find that men in tough situations would handle things better, would manage things better. Then as regards the question of the football, I would also love to state categorically that football traditionally is not a game for men. It may be safe to contend that we have so many men who love to watch the game of football, but in the game of football there is gender balance, because just as we have male football teams, we have female football teams. We have male World Cup competition, we have female World Cup competition. So the game makes provisions for both men and women at the same time. And my citing examples, I wasn't citing examples to say that there are more men. I was citing examples to bring in variety. We cannot say, okay, men manage just in the workplace. I was also going to tell you that men even manage in games, in soccer. So they are all rounders. They are not stereotyped. They are not just good at managing in business. They are also good in games, and that is one aspect we've not been able to see. We've not been able to assess women, their prowess. So even though it's a game for both gender, but unfortunately the women have not been able to show us how well they can do if they are given an opportunity in the game of football. Thank you.